them with his final instructions.
Right, what do you expect from you both? You obey the instructions at all times. When I tell you to break, you both break clean. Defend yourselves at all times. Then best luck to you both. Touch gloves. Touch them up.
Seconds out, round one.
Well, it is professional outing number 8 for one of the most exciting young fighters around in the shape of Atomic Tom Welland from the Edge Dream in Romford, who made his debut, his pro debut on one of our Channel 5 shows in Brighton in November 2023, and he has been accelerated through pro fight number 8 in only 16 months as a pro, and Barry Jones, one of the most exciting young fighters around.
No, he really is. He's such a talent. You know, composed for such a young man. Composed with his work. You know, every punch has a meaning. So he turns the shot into every punch he throws. Plenty of power. Plenty of an old head on young shoulders, I would say, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. Boxed in February in Brentwood, won via 5th round stoppage against the very experienced Michael Rama-Beleza. That was his first time scheduled for 8, and Rama-Beleza, a former English champion, albeit over 40 now, but Welland broke him down brutally and stopped him and retired him ultimately. Up here against Ally Lubanja from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, a thriving boxing scene there. And this is second fight outside Tanzania. Lost a unanimous decision against the 9-0 Jimmy Lee in Coventry in June of last year. But he's got his hands full tonight here with Welland. What do you make of Welland's work so far, Barry?
Yeah, again, like it's typical Welland, just nice and composed. Again, pressures you with that front foot, like all really good quality fighters do. They take that front foot, they put it in the centre of your stance. Even when they're not throwing punches, they put you under pressure, they make you panic, force you to make mistakes. And then with that, they jump when you capitalise and make you hurt. And just see there with Welland there, just a little feint before he threw. Again, just making you confused. Just not sure when he's going to attack, what he's going to do next.
Remember when he made his debut here, you described it as one of the best debuts you'd seen in years, and he's only got better since. Notice, though, that he's just starting to take his time to work opponents out, which is no bad thing. There was a touch of rush of blood to the head about him early on in his career, but he's lost that. This is really measured. A terrific left hook to the body from Welland.
See, the final shot's a fantastic shot, but the build-up to the shot is what makes him clever. Because that uppercut he threw before he threw the left hook to the body, he didn't put much on it, but just enough just to take the whole emphasis away from the body shot, make you lift your elbows, and then the gap appears for him to throw that shot. Again, stalking really well here, Welland. Again, not rushing his work. Waiting for any mistakes.
9th pro fight for Lubanja. But as I said, a lot of opposition in small hall shows in Tanzania. This is something very, very different for him. Good opening round for Atomic Tom.
From Welland, there you go, look at that little jab to the head, that uppercut there, just forcing him to lift his elbows up, and then that beautiful left hook to the body. But again, the experience that he's shown now, there's the patience in his work, didn't do too much after that, made sure how his opponent was reacting to the shot before he engaged again. Top quality work there from young Tom Welland.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 2.
And when you consider that we have Dan Toward to look forward to tonight, got a couple at least of fabulous prospects on these Wasserman cards. Both are going to be busy, I would suspect, in 2025. Both, well, the ceiling could be quite something for both Welland and Toward. Welland has so much time on his side as well at the age of just 20. Making Lubanja miss there. Still stalking, still looking, still working him out.
But even that jab there, just to see the way he just made him miss there, but he really stepped in with that left hand. All the time, just constant pressure, turning the screw. But he's added that thought process to his work, where, as you said, early in his career, he was a little bit hot-headed at times, knew he had a bit of power, wanted to show it off and get people out there really quick. He's realising now, I can just break fighters down with minimum risk, and that's what he's doing here. He's not making any mistakes, not taking any shots back, but breaking you down, making you feel the pain, and then when the shots appear, he's making sure he commits.
Nice shot there to the solar plexus from Welland. A uppercut on the inside as well, guided by Will Jones at that edge gym in Romford. Always looking for these little improvements. The uppercut again there from Welland.
Again with that feint there for Welland there, just makes you, forces you back. An acceleration of pace.
They're calling for patience from the corner, and he's displaying it too. Lubanja, by the way, drew his previous fight against Charles Chilala back in Tanzania, and I only mention that because he won all 6 rounds on one of the scorecards, and the other 2 were scored as draws. I was talking to a friend who watches a lot of boxing in Tanzania, and he said that kind of thing happens quite a lot. So interesting contrast for him tonight. He was caught there by that left hand from Welland.
He takes a good shot, doesn't he, Lubanja? Because that was a solid right hand there from Welland, and no real signs there from Lubanja that he was in any sort of danger, any trouble.
Never been down, never been stopped. Tough man from a place they call Mafia Island in Tanzania. Trying to use those long levers, but Welland's so good at getting inside. He needs to get out of this corner, because this is Welland at his best. Right hook, and he took that, Lubanja, supremely well.
Again, just making sure he just punches through the target with every shot there, Tom Welland.
Picked him off as well there with that straight left, Welland. Just sensed it. The crowd slowly building.
Seconds out.
Here at the Brighton Centre.
3.
It's been a gloriously sunny day, a glorious night of boxing behind us, but more pertinently in front of us. And we're all enjoying watching Tom Welland and wondering where he might go. He says he'd love to fight for a World Youth title this year, but he too is aware that he has time on his side, having started so young. Started boxing at 13 years of age, was a very good young footballer playing for Cambridge United. Went to a boxing gym for strength and conditioning, and then never left. Happens to the best of them, Barry.
It really does. I mean, the problem you got with Welland is holding him back. I think you have to hold him back. And he'll want to be fighting for titles as quick as he can, but I think once you get to that level, you can't go back down. And there's so much more things he has to experience and learn. There's tougher tests to wait for him, but so far, he's ticking all the boxes and doing everything just perfect.
Switch to southpaw there.
But even that, it's just, even though he's always trying to be aggressive, he's always look at the fear and the pressure, he's always aware of something coming back.
Loves that left hook to the body, doesn't he, Welland? Throws it really well with spite and venom.
And he forces you to fight at his pace. He does it from the first bell. He just, again, we also got that front foot I mentioned already. He plants it right in the centre of your stance. Forces you to react to him rather than him react to you.
Again, Lubanja backed up here. That left hook got through. Right hook to the body as well from Welland. There's that left hook again. Oh. Lubanja opening up bravely here because he's under pressure from Welland. He's a tough man, this Ally Lubanja.
There's a problem for Lubanja here, because if he doesn't fire back, Welland overwhelms him. But if he does fire back, there's gaps to be, to exploit the shots there, and the gaps there for Welland to land with heavy shots.
You watched Welland slowly break down Michael Ramabeleza, and you wonder if he's just doing something similar here against the teak-tough Ally Lubanja.
Welland's in a position that most fighters don't get to till their mid-20s. He's starting to understand how things work for him. Not just going through the repertoire of skills, he understands how to break you down, the process it takes.
John Latham kept busy.
too aggressive. Lead hand does it. Lead hand does the job. Off the centre.
Just hear the corner there, just trying to keep Welland in line, just remind him everything's off the jab. Don't go mixing
Superb right hand there. Straight right from Welland that he set up perfectly. And once again, Lubanja shows that he can take a shot all right.
Again, beautiful work there, pressure from Tom Welland. Just throwing that hook, it's a throwaway hook that is. All it is though is just to get your arm to move away so you can throw that right hand over the top. It's a lovely shot. Lubanja took it well, but how many more can he take of these? The pressure's immense, the quality of the work for Welland is fantastic, and it might just be a matter of time here.
Corners, 10 seconds.
The end swell being put to good use there on Lubanja, swelling around those eyes.
Seconds out. Round 4.
Gotta love the calmness in that Welland corner as well, the relationship with Will Jones, just instructions being calmly put across. They work really well in harmony.
Well, I think they've realised, we saw it in one of his earlier fights where, he got a little bit excited, so maybe that calmness in the corner is just keeping him level-headed and going through what they were doing in the gym, breaking fighters down, not rushing your work. You have the power, the ability, you have that eye to see gaps.
Can Lubanja in that southpaw stance again, wants to get out of that corner. Welland wants to keep him pinned in there.
Almost landed with a left hook there, Lubanja. It's a little bit too telegraphed there for Welland.
Working so hard to the body, and John Latham wants a word here, just telling him to keep them up. They look just about okay to me, but John's got a better view than us. Again, he digs to the body and then follows it up with that straight right hand, a smile on the face of Lubanja.
Just see the change in tempo, the acceleration and the pace in his work. When he lands with a good shot, all of a sudden, there's 3 or 4 automatically. So much speed from Welland. Just like to see him take a step around the target though. When he's got him in the corner now, if he just takes a little step to the right, that opens up the body for him, a different angle of attack. There's a left hook through the middle, an uppercut.
Again, he has Lubanja backed into that corner. And he mixes up the levels again. Really imaginative punch picking here from Welland, and Lubanja is covering up. He's going to need to throw back, but he's down. Relentless pressure to the body from Tom Welland. And I'm not sure Lubanja's getting up here. He's in agony, and it's done. And Welland goes to 8-0 with a demolition job on Ally Lubanja. Never down before, never stopped before, but he never met Tom Welland before.
I think we got a special talent here in Welland. We've seen him plenty of times. We know how good he is, but I think tonight again, going from his last outstanding performance in his last fight, just showing now the maturity of such a young man. In boxing terms, he is an absolute baby, but old head on young shoulders. He knows what he is, and at such a young age, that's such an absolute plus. You're so far ahead of any of the fighters of your generation because you know what you do, you know what to do and when to do it.